In the world of WWE, anything can happen, from moments of glory to complete, unpredictable chaos. But sometimes, it's not the superstars who steal the spotlight, it's the fans themselves. Some jump the barricade and storm the ring, others go as far as attacking wrestlers, and a few push things so far that WWE has no choice but to hand down the ultimate punishment, a lifetime ban. Today, we're diving into the wildest cases of fans who were permanently banned from WWE. Let's get started. Wrestling Sphere, go! 1. The shocking attack at the 2019 Hall of Fame ceremony. On April 6, 2019, at the Barclays Center in Brooklyn, New York, the atmosphere at the WWE Hall of Fame ceremony was filled with emotion. Thousands of fans and wrestling legends gathered to witness Bret, the Hitman Hart, being honored for his incredible legacy alongside the Hart Foundation, the iconic tag team he formed with his late partner, Jim, the Anvil, Neidhart. Amid the cheers and glittering lights, Bret was passionately sharing memories from his storied career, and no one could have imagined that within seconds, the night would take a terrifying turn. As the crowd listened in silence, a deranged fan suddenly jumped over the barricade, stormed the stage, and tackled Bret Hart from behind. The violent collision sent both men crashing to the floor as the audience screamed in shock. Everything happened so fast that security couldn't react in time, and for a moment, chaos erupted inside the arena. Several WWE superstars, including Dash Wilder, Travis Brown, Shane McMahon, and Ronda Rousey, immediately rushed to the stage to subdue the attacker. They quickly took him down, protecting Bret while security forces moved in to assist. The live broadcast swiftly cut away to avoid showing the violent altercation, and the ceremony was halted for several tense minutes. Despite being in his early 60s, Bret Hart remained remarkably composed. Once the situation was under control, he stood up, fixed his disheveled hair, and calmly returned to the podium to finish his speech. His poise and courage drew thunderous applause from everyone in attendance, a powerful moment that captured the true spirit of a legend. The attacker was identified as 26-year-old Zachary Madsen from Nebraska. He was immediately arrested by New York police and charged with trespassing, disorderly conduct, and assault. During his court appearance, Madsen claimed he just felt like it was the right moment to act, a statement that sparked outrage among fans. WWE responded swiftly, issuing a lifetime ban that prohibited him from ever attending any of their events again. 2. The fan who tried to join the Shield. The 2015 Night of Champions event delivered an intense showdown. The Wyatt family faced off against a trio of Chris Jericho, Roman Reigns, and Dean Ambrose, a team embodying the spirit of the Shield. The atmosphere inside the arena was electric, with fans roaring after every powerful move. But amid the high-stakes action, something completely unexpected happened, leaving both the audience and WWE superstars in shock. As the match reached a fever pitch, a fan suddenly jumped the barricade and sprinted straight into the ring. Dressed in black and sporting a look eerily similar to the Shield's trademark style, he stood shoulder to shoulder with Roman Reigns and Dean Ambrose, as if he were the group's lost member, ready to fight alongside them. For a brief moment, the crowd erupted, thinking WWE was pulling off a surprising plot twist. However, security didn't share that excitement. They immediately rushed in, tackled the intruder, and dragged him out of the ring before the situation could spiral out of control. The entire incident unfolded so quickly that many watching at home barely realized what had happened. Afterward, WWE confirmed that the man was simply an overzealous fan who stormed the ring intending to join the Shield. Though no one was injured, his reckless behavior was deemed a serious breach of safety protocol. He was promptly arrested on-site and sentenced to 10 days in jail, a steep price to pay for a few impulsive moments. Ironically, looking back at the match, that reckless fan might not have been entirely wrong in his instincts. Chris Jericho did end up being the one pinned by Braun Strowman in the end. Still, crashing into the ring to become part of WWE this way is something no one would ever want to repeat. 3. Fan pushes Eddie Guerrero off the ladder. Ladder matches have always been known as some of the most brutal and dangerous contests in WWE. One wrong move can easily lead to serious injury. But during an unbelievable moment on Monday Night Raw in 2002, the line between scripted drama and real-life danger completely vanished, when a reckless fan decided to join the action between Eddie Guerrero and Rob Van Dam. It was an intense battle for the Intercontinental Championship, with both superstars giving everything they had. Eddie, confident and technically flawless as always, was climbing step by step toward the championship hanging high above the ring. The crowd held their breath, waiting for the decisive moment. Then suddenly, out of nowhere, a fan jumped the barricade, sprinted toward the ring, and shoved the ladder with full force. The ladder toppled over, sending Eddie crashing down to the mat as thousands of shocked fans gasped in disbelief. Fortunately, Guerrero's veteran instincts saved him from what could have been a devastating fall. He twisted his body midair and managed to land safely, graceful as a cat, but his eyes immediately burned with real fury. Losing his composure, Eddie charged at the intruder, ready to teach him a painful lesson he'd never forget. Before things could escalate further, WWE security reacted instantly. They tackled the fan and dragged him out of the arena as the audience erupted in boos, expressing their outrage. The match was paused for several minutes to ensure the safety of everyone involved. That night became one of the most unforgettable moments in Raw history, a clear reminder that while WWE thrives on excitement and spectacle, real interference from the audience is never acceptable, and always dangerous. Unsurprisingly, that fan was permanently banned from all WWE events, a fitting consequence for such a reckless act. 4. The out-of-control fan who earned a lifetime ban from WWE. During an intense match between Sasha Banks and Becky Lynch, the energy inside the arena was absolutely electric. Both women were going all out, trading blows and dragging the fight into the crowd, driving fans wild with excitement. Every eye in the building was locked on their every move, until one disgraceful act from a spectator turned the thrilling moment into pure outrage. As Sasha was climbing back over the barricade to return to the ring, a man in the audience suddenly reached out and grabbed her inappropriately. In an instant, the roaring excitement gave way to shock and fury. Sasha froze for a moment, while WWE security reacted immediately, storming toward the fan and pulling him out of the area. The crowd erupted in boos, expressing their disgust at the unacceptable behavior. Despite the incident, Sasha remained composed and continued the match with complete professionalism. WWE, however, did not let the situation slide. Within minutes, the man was ejected from the arena and hit with a lifetime ban from attending any WWE event anywhere in the world. The decision was made on the spot, serving as a firm message that the company will never tolerate harassment or disrespect toward its performers. The incident became a harsh reminder for every fan. There is a clear line between audience and performer, and it must never be crossed. WWE is a place that celebrates athleticism and entertainment, not misconduct. And that man, through one shameful, impulsive act, paid the ultimate price, being permanently banned from the world he once claimed to love. 5. CM Punk and the chaos in the crowd. On a memorable night of Monday Night Raw in 2012, CM Punk, one of WWE's most notorious villains at the time, experienced one of the most chaotic and dangerous moments of his career. It all began during a segment with Mr. McMahon, right at the peak of Punk's heated tension with the audience. According to the plan, Punk was supposed to walk through the crowd to create a powerful visual, emphasizing how the best in the world stood apart from everyone else. But what was meant to be a dramatic moment quickly spiraled out of control. As he climbed the steps through the stands, fans began shoving and pushing, trying to touch him. At first, Punk kept his composure, but when someone shoved him hard from behind, nearly sending him tumbling down the stairs, the situation turned dangerous. Within seconds, things escalated. Some fans kept patting him on the back, nudging him, even striking him, testing his patience. In a split-second reaction, Punk spun around and threw an elbow, accidentally hitting a fan who hadn't been the one causing the chaos. The crowd gasped in shock as security immediately rushed in to break things up. After the incident, Punk admitted it had been an unfortunate accident. He explained, "I was surrounded by people. I heard someone yell, 'Push him down the stairs.' I got punched, shoved, hit in the ribs 3 times. Then someone smacked me in the back of the head, and I reacted. I'm truly sorry. I'm just glad no one was seriously hurt." Fortunately, Punk escaped without injury, and the fan he struck chose not to press charges. Still, the incident served as a serious wake-up call for WWE, a reminder of how vital it is to protect performers when they're interacting directly with an unpredictable, high-energy crowd. 6. The briefcase that stunned Roman Reigns in the ring. The Money in the Bank briefcase has long been one of WWE's most recognizable symbols, representing a golden opportunity that can change any wrestler's career overnight. But on one August night in 2015, That iconic prop turned into a real weapon in the hands of an overzealous fan, leading to one of the most shocking incidents ever to occur during a live WWE event. That evening, in Victoria, British Columbia, Canada, Roman Reigns was locked in a tense one-on-one match against Bray Wyatt. The atmosphere inside the arena was electric, thousands of fans chanting, cheering, and roaring for the big dog. However, in the middle of that excitement, one reckless act suddenly froze the entire crowd in stunned silence. As Roman had his back turned after a sequence of moves, a fan from the stands hurled a replica Money in the Bank briefcase straight into the ring, and it struck Reigns squarely on the head. The impact briefly dazed him, forcing him to stagger a few steps before regaining his balance. For a few seconds, the arena went completely quiet before security quickly rushed in to restrain the culprit. According to Officer Brian Edwards of the Victoria Police Department, fortunately, no one was seriously injured, and Roman managed to regain his composure to finish the match. Still, the act of throwing any object, intentional or not, is considered a serious violation of safety regulations, especially in a high-risk performance environment like WWE. The 31-year-old man responsible for the incident was immediately ejected from the venue and permanently banned from attending any future WWE events. He was also required to issue a public apology for his reckless and dangerous behavior. 7. The unexpected attack on Randy Orton. During a live WWE event in South Africa, the crowd erupted in cheers as Randy Orton, the Legend Killer, celebrated his hard-fought victory. Standing tall on the second rope in his signature pose, Orton raised both arms high as the spotlight hit him, sending the audience into a frenzy. Everything seemed picture-perfect, until the unthinkable happened. Out of nowhere, a man from the crowd jumped the barricade and sprinted straight toward Orton. Before anyone could react, he landed a vicious low blow right between Randy's legs, dropping the WWE superstar to his knees in agony. The entire arena fell silent for a brief, stunned moment before security swarmed the ring to subdue the attacker. Despite being blindsided, Orton didn't stay down for long. Showing his trademark toughness, he retaliated with a few swift kicks before security fully restrained the man and dragged him out to a chorus of angry boos from the crowd. At first, many fans believed the moment might have been part of the show, a shocking twist scripted to energize the local audience. But that theory was quickly debunked. The attacker was identified as an amateur wrestler known as Black Smith, who performed at small regional events. Rather than showing remorse, he tried to capitalize on the situation, posting a promo video on YouTube where he bragged about taking down a legend, and even challenged Orton to a match. However, his attempt to grab fame failed miserably. The video received only a handful of views, while Black Smith himself was permanently banned from attending any WWE event ever again. 8. Fan attempts to attack Dean Ambrose in the ring. When it comes to WWE superstars who often attract overly aggressive fans, the Shield members are near the top of the list, and Dean Ambrose once faced a particularly dangerous incident that left everyone in WWE on edge. The event took place in 2015 during a SmackDown taping at the Dunkin' Donuts Center in Rhode Island. As Ambrose made his entrance to a roaring crowd, the atmosphere was electric. Fans were on their feet cheering for the Lunatic Fringe, while he strutted down the ramp with his trademark confidence, ready for battle. But just moments later, everything descended into chaos. From behind, a fan suddenly jumped the barricade and sprinted toward Ambrose at full speed. The terrifying part was that Ambrose had his back turned, completely unaware of the danger approaching him. Even worse, the intruder appeared to be holding an unknown object, making the situation potentially life-threatening. Had security reacted even a second slower, it could have ended in disaster. Thankfully, a quick-thinking security guard dove in just in time, tackling the man to the ground before he could reach Ambrose. The entire ordeal lasted only a few seconds, but it stunned everyone in the arena. Ambrose, showing incredible composure, continued his match as if nothing had happened, embodying the true grit of a professional wrestler. The attacker was immediately restrained and escorted out of the venue to a chorus of boos from the audience. Although no one was hurt, WWE wasted no time taking firm action. The man received a lifetime ban from attending any future WWE events. 9. A fan rushed the ring for John Cena. John Cena has always been one of WWE's biggest icons, adored by millions of fans around the world, yet also a figure who often sparks mixed emotions. And during a strange moment that unfolded after the July 12, 2010 episode of Monday Night Raw, His immense popularity unexpectedly led to an incident that left the entire arena stunned. After the show went off the air, Cena stayed in the ring to interact with the audience. The atmosphere was light-hearted and energetic, with cheers echoing throughout the venue. But just seconds later, everything shifted when a teenage girl suddenly jumped the barricade, sprinted up the ramp, and charged straight towards Cena. The entire crowd froze in shock. No one knew what her intentions were, whether she just wanted to hug her idol or something more unpredictable. Acting on instinct, Cena quickly stepped in, catching the girl to prevent any collision or harm, while signaling for security to intervene. Within moments, WWE security rushed in, restrained her, and escorted her out of the ring area. Thankfully, no one was injured, and the situation was brought under control within seconds. Cena remained remarkably calm, even reassuring the audience and helping the crowd settle back into a positive mood. However, from WWE's standpoint, the act was treated as a serious breach of safety protocol. The girl was permanently banned from attending any future WWE events, regardless of her original intentions. Although the incident seemed like an impulsive moment of youthful admiration, it served as a stark reminder of how thin the line is between fandom and recklessness. In a world where every performance is meticulously planned to ensure safety, a single moment of uncontrolled emotion can turn admiration into real danger. And for John Cena, a man known for his professionalism and connection with fans, that night was undoubtedly one he would never forget. 10. Seth Rollins, WWE's magnet for trouble. If there's one WWE superstar who seems to constantly attract chaos from the audience, it's undoubtedly Seth Rollins. Despite being one of the company's most talented and respected performers, every time he embraces his villainous persona, the architect manages to drive certain fans over the edge. His confident swagger and masterful storytelling have, for better or worse, made him a magnet for overly intense spectators. The first major incident happened on the Monday Night Raw episode of September 7, 2015. At the time, Rollins was at the peak of his career, simultaneously holding both the United States Championship and the WWE World Heavyweight Championship. During his entrance alongside the New Day for a tag team match against John Cena, Titus O'Neil, and Darren Young, a fan suddenly jumped the barricade and began walking right beside Rollins, as if he were part of the act. The bizarre scene only lasted a few seconds, but it left everyone in the arena stunned. Fortunately, security reacted quickly and escorted the man out before the situation escalated further. But Rollins' run-ins with fans didn't stop there. Almost exactly a year later, on the August 15, 2016 episode of Raw, while Rollins was cutting a heated promo and calling out Finn Balor ahead of SummerSlam, another fan charged into the ring out of nowhere. Rollins reacted instantly, shoving the intruder away as security rushed in to restrain him. The entire incident was over in moments, but for those watching live, it was a shocking reminder of how unpredictable WWE crowds can be, and how Rollins somehow always seems to find himself in the center of the storm. 11. Overzealous fan banned from WWE after spitting on a wrestler. After SmackDown went off the air, the arena wasn't quite ready to rest. Randy Orton and the Revival stayed behind to entertain the crowd with a lively post-show match. However, the energetic atmosphere was abruptly ruined by one fan sitting in the front row. The man didn't just shout and hurl insults at Dash Wilder and Scott Dawson. He crossed the line completely by spitting toward them, an act of blatant disrespect that no one could excuse. Instead of losing their temper, the three wrestlers handled the situation with composure. They mocked the man right back, turning his aggression into embarrassment as the crowd laughed and jeered at him. Within moments, nearby fans began to react furiously, and security rushed over to defuse the situation. Just seconds later, the disruptive spectator was escorted out of the arena amid loud cheers from the thousands in attendance. Fortunately, the entire incident occurred after the live broadcast had ended, sparing TV viewers from witnessing the disgraceful display. Still, everyone present agreed that the fan's behavior was completely unacceptable. His obsession had crossed into hostility, and he became a textbook example of what happens when enthusiasm turns into recklessness. As a result, WWE permanently banned him from all future events, a steep price to pay for a few minutes of foolishness. 12. Female fan attacks Paul Bearer during Monday Night Raw. In 1997, Paul Bearer became one of the most hated figures in WWE. After betraying The Undertaker and siding with his eternal rival Kane, Bearer took things even further by making a shocking accusation that it was The Undertaker who caused the deaths of their parents. Once known as a mysterious and eerie manager, Paul Bearer quickly turned into the most despised man in the company, even surpassing the vilest villains of that era. During a particularly intense episode of Raw, tensions between the characters reached their breaking point, and apparently, so did the patience of the audience. One female fan, unable to stand Bearer's words and actions any longer, suddenly jumped over the security barricade and charged toward him. To the shock of everyone watching, she grabbed his leg and yanked it hard, causing Bearer to fall flat onto the protective mats outside the ring. Fortunately, Bearer wasn't seriously injured, but the incident threw the entire ringside area into chaos. It was a vivid reminder of how unchecked emotions can turn passion into danger. Following the altercation, WWE was forced to tighten its security measures, while the woman was permanently banned from all company events, an inevitable consequence for her reckless loss of control. And those were the fans who got permanently banned from WWE for their outrageous behavior. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit like, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell so you won't miss any other exciting content from Wrestling Sphere.